And when we were growing up, actually, we also thought that we were African. But the Africans are actually a different bloodline from us. They are Hamitic and descend from Ham. And we are Shemetic and descend from Shem. So you've got two dark-skinned nations, but two different bloodlines.
Absolutely. And the brothers online, the Israelite brothers, are doing a great job at really bringing out this truth. So they recommend books like this, which is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, where scholars have been writing for ages that Negroes, black people, are not Africans. And then you've also got this book that the brothers recommend called From Babylon to Timbuktu, which shows how we, the Israelites, went from living in Israel to fleeing deeper into Africa, eventually ending up in West Africa, where we were later enslaved. And of course, because the brothers are teaching online, YouTube is an international platform, so all different people of other nations are also learning this truth as well.
And I wanted to read something. It's from a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu. And if you can get this book, I would encourage it because it's really interesting. There is a paragraph, here on page 84. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. So that shows you right there exactly how the Hebrew Israelites got into Africa. And it just reiterates my point about them not being African just because that's where they were at. And also one other thing is it's not coming from the Bible, it's coming from the Bible dictionary. And under Ham, it says, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. Now this is the key point. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So anybody who wants to try to say that the black race, they come from Ham, that's not true. That is not true. He was a progenitor of all the other dark races, just not the Hebrew Israelites.
U.S. Department of State Archive. Foreign Relations 1969 to 1976, Volume E5. Documents on Africa 1969-1972. Memorandum, the White House, Washington, Tuesday, January 28, 1969. Memorandum for the President from Henry A. Kissinger. Subject, U.S. options in Biafra relief. You asked for a study of the Biafra relief problem by January 28th. A member of my staff prepared the attached survey. I've taken the liberty of underlining the most significant part. I'm going to jump down to the 7th paragraph. Biafra, 3,000 square miles, 4 to 6 million. Colonel Ojukwu, 35, British-trained erstwhile playboy, presides over the popular support and military morale of a people convinced that defeat means extinction. The Igbos are the wandering Jews of West Africa. Let me repeat that. The Igbos are the wandering Jews of West Africa.
And many Igbo people were taken to Virginia during the transatlantic slave trade.
I'm John Avoli. I'm the Executive Director of the Frontier Culture Museum of Virginia. The museum represents a period of history from 1650 to 1850. And the missing link of all of this was that we also understood as part of the Western frontier there were enslaved Africans here who made significant contributions to the community here. And the board at the museum asked us to begin a research project to find out who those people were. And we did. We hired Professor Jack Onjuku and a lot of other consultants. And by that process, we found that about 42% of the enslaved Africans in the Virginia colonies were the Igbo people. So we began our research project in Nigeria and actually located this compound outside of Owerri, which we visited, and we asked the man who owned it that we wanted to bring this to Virginia and put it in a museum, and he said okay.
It's so important we have every single characteristic of end-time prophecy in place, and one of those is knowing who the true biblical Hebrews are.
Strictly a nationality bloodline of people.